Welcome back on this Thursday. Chief of Police Philip Smith from the Evansville Police Department joins us once again. And now in 2019, after the death of Robert Dorr, we saw a Evansville firefighter, a first responder, killed in the front of his home. And since then, I think the city's really been compelled to watch this investigation unfold. And of course, the trial, we saw a conviction of Elizabeth Fox Dorr earlier this month. What was your reaction to it and your department's reaction? And the reason I ask is because you put a social media post up on your feed and it just said justice for Robbie.
Absolutely.
Maybe think about what goes into these investigations. They're on the scene that night that it happened, all the way through testifying in a court. What does that do for morale in the department when you see the finality of an investigation that really had a lot of attention on it?
Yeah, that was 5 long years. And the Evansville Police Department, we enjoy a close personal relationship with the Evansville Fire Department. Some of the family members are on each of the departments. So it's a very intimate aspect of a relationship, and it's personal. When something happens to a first responder like that, and the work that our detectives put into that, along with the prosecutor's office to get some start of closure for Robbie and the fire department and the citizens of Evansville. I mean, it was huge. Robbie was a great guy, loved life, and we're happy with that conviction.
Also, I want to talk about the recent re-rollout of the Walking Wednesdays. Yeah. And this is where leadership within your department and some officers will walk certain, maybe troubled neighborhoods in the River City. Recently, you were in the Jacobsville area. How do you decide which neighborhoods to go to, the time frame in which you walk through and greet these residents? What's that been like, and how do you make some of those decisions?
Well, so we have a crime prevention unit, our CPO unit, and these are the officers that deal with the quality of life issues. They go to all the neighborhood meetings, and so what we do is we allow them to pick. We just go through different CPOs and say, hey, pick a neighborhood within your responsibility, and we're going to walk and get out and talk to people. Gets us out of the car, gets us out of the office. The time frame that we do it while our command staff is obviously at work, and we work Monday through Friday, and so trying to designate a time that's that you're not meeting with other folks kind of after lunch, but a 2-hour window to get out and just say hello to people. And yesterday we were out in the South Dexter neighborhood, and I met Hines and Phyllis and Laura and so many people that we don't normally get to see unless we get calls for service.
Now, when we see these, we have video of you guys out doing this and the gals from the department, but we don't actually get to hear the intimate conversations you're having with these residents. So what's that like?
Some of them are letting us know about issues. They let us know about how their relationship is with and how they view law enforcement. Some of them just want to offer us something to drink because it can be hot. It's just, and some of them are just intrigued about what we're doing, and they think it's a neat thing that the police are getting out in a different kind of capacity. We're not out there in an enforcement capacity. We just want to be out amongst the citizens that we serve.
What's the top concern you've heard most from those residents about?
Well, mostly it's about illegal parking. We see a lot of that. Some people let us know, if it gets too loud with a neighbor that likes to, have a lot of people over and party a little bit. So, it's a gamut of issues. Sometimes we get narcotics complaints. Sometimes we get invited to do drive-thrus at kids' birthday parties. So it covers the whole variety of issues.
And lastly, I want to talk about the cybercrime unit you have within the department. We see stories where you guys will issue a warning about a recent scam going through. I think just the other day we had one about rental scams. Folks looking to, rent a property. They seeing maybe a situation that seems too good to be true. A price is just so low, the property is so beautiful, but then they find out they've been bilked out of thousands of dollars. They have deposits and other fees that they paid. Where does that investigation go after someone's already been a victim? Their bank account's been drained. What does the department do? Because a lot of times these criminals are not in our state, not in our country in some cases. How is an arrest made? How is money recovered?
Yeah.
Where does that investigation go?
So a lot of these victims, they'll get with their bank and let them know that they've been defrauded, and they'll give them proof of a police report. Our cybercrimes guys, they understand that each computer has its own unique fingerprint, digital footprint, where you have IP addresses and all that. So we have to rely heavily on some of our partners, federal partners, and even Vanderbilt County Prosecutor's Office with their high-tech crime unit to kind of track these people down. It can be difficult because an in-person crime, you have, maybe video of a person, an image of a person. So these can be pretty difficult to investigate, but our guys do a great job of getting out there and doing it.
Lastly, just to end on a light note, I know you're pretty active on social media. In fact, that's how you got your career started with the EPD. You took on those responsibilities. I don't know if we do have it or we don't. Okay. It is a caricature of you. You look like a little, I guess, bathtub ducky.
Yes.
And you have tears coming out of your eyes. Will these stickers, these cartoonish stickers of you, be available to the public in the future? And it really, I guess, it culminated from an event where you were emotional. You got an award and you were honored. Tell us how we can obtain these and where we'll see them in the future.
So Billy Bolin is a bully and a great friend of mine. He took a picture of me in one of my most vulnerable moments, and he called me and said, "You're going to be the next Jordan crying meme." And so there's all sorts of things. There's socks, there's neckties, there's stickers. And this is the latest for all the Jeepers out there. They like Jeeps, and Billy bought him a Jeep, and he wanted a crying field duck. So he generated a magnet some kind of way, and now people are getting them from him. So if you got to get with Billy Bowen.
Okay, so they're out there.
Yeah.
We may see those in the future. Thanks again. Chief of Police Philip Smith from the Evansville Police Department. Always good to see you. We'll see you again next month.
All right.
All right. Big handshake. Griffin Glasscock.